All right, guys, we're going to start week 4, and we're going to do some final cleanup. But first, we're going to cook some meat on a smoker, a redneck smoker. Let's go. All right, so the wok grill I burnt the paint off of. I got this old grill I took the legs off of. Got some wood, and I'm going to attempt to smoke a roast with a little redneck combination here. All right, I got the redneck smoker going, and we got the meat in it. Here we go. All right, we got this beautifully smoked piece of meat here, and we're about to cut it open and see how delicious it looks inside. Num 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 num. I kind of wanted to show y'all something. Maya and I are walking up to the spring, but you know, if you can see this rock, it's super hot outside today. We got a heat wave going on here, and whenever it gets this hot, you can see the moisture on the rocks. The rocks start actually cooling off from the ground temperature when they're in the ground a bunch, and they sweat. So yeah, we got sweaty rocks all over the place, and it is in the 90s today. Maya and I are playing, and we're gonna go up to the big spring. Right, Maya? You wanna go to the big spring? So yeah, I got one of Maya's leads up here so she can play up here at the big spring. I'm gonna get these tires moved. I'm gonna get this pond cleaned out, and let her play where it's cool in the water and stuff in the middle of this heat wave. Super hot. It's only like 9 in the morning. I'm already dripping in sweat, and we can at least come up here and play in this water. This water, I'm not sure the exact temperature. I need to get my friend's little laser temperature thing and find out how cold it is, but it's, I would say, at the very least, or at the very most, it would be in the 40s, like upper 40s, lower 50s at the highest temperature. But it feels really good, like sticking your feet and stuff in this. So I'm gonna get all these tires moved, and we're gonna start cleaning this up. I'm gonna get this spring cleared out so we can start using it for some of our water needs. Let Maya play up here, and I'll show you when I get done with the tires in the spring. All right, guys, Maya's playing in the water. She's having a good time. We got the tires moved except for one, and this is the last one I had to do, and I just grabbed a hold of it and got stung like 50 times on my arm. I don't know, it'll be okay, but yeah, there's a nest in that one, so I'm probably gonna just leave that one alone for now. But I also have to deal with this. This is an old well. I'm not exactly sure what it's made of. It's like some kind of concrete, but it looks like it has some kind of like fiberglass membrane, maybe. But I'm putting all the tires over there. The elevation between right there, where the creek goes down, and the top here, where I want the spring to start, just looking at it, is probably about 2 to 2.5 feet. So I'm gonna have to do some kind of dam right in there, and a little bit right there. So I'm thinking maybe I can use the tires for part of that. Maybe cut down a tree. I would really appreciate anybody's input on how I could do the dam. I'm gonna put a pipe down and then build a dam over it. That way, if I ever need to empty it. But please comment. Give me some ideas for how to build a dam up here. Doing any kind of concrete and stuff is kind of out of the question. I don't want to carry bags of concrete all the way up here. That would just be too much. But if I could stack tires and fill them with rocks, maybe cut a tree down, whatever I could do. But yeah, I also have a lot of debris in this area. and I'm gonna start raking it. But I was kind of deciding that I might just make a couple fire piles up here and have a couple little fires when it rains next time, burn some of this ground cover and stuff. It'll make it easier to dig. Maya's currently digging out the spring. Maya, you getting your water hole ready to play in? Dude, she loves that thing, especially when there's frogs in it. But yeah, I'm gonna get back to work. It's super hot. Woo, that sun is hitting right now. Yeah. All right, Maya got a frog. She usually doesn't kill him. She's very gentle with him. She just likes to play with them and watch them hop. You know, put it in the pond, it's hot. Put it in the pond, Maya. Take it to the pond. Put it in the pond. All right, so I'm taking a little break. I'm cleaning this out. I just kind of want to show you. You can see a pile of debris. If you look over there, there's a 55-gallon drum that was here when we got here, and it actually used to be in this hole. So I'm cleaning the hole out. Maya's been playing in it. Years of weed whacking and stuff. I have to reach down, I'll show you. Grab handfuls of this shit. So I'm doing that, and then I've got a pitcher so I can get down in there and get some piles of mud. All right, so I dug that out. I was trying to get Maya to be in there. I scooped it out. It took me about 15-20 minutes of scooping really fast, getting muddy water out of there. But I just wanted to get all the water out of there. You can already see this thing's filling up. See if I can show you. There's pretty much little flow coming from there and there. But yeah, this was empty, and man, you can never see water flow in the videos, but I want to see how long this takes to fill up. So I'm going to time it, and I'm guessing I'm going to have to do AI and ask it what 1.5 feet deep, say 3 feet wide, circle, how many gallons that is, and see how long it fills so I can kind of guess what my fill rate is or whatever. Maya's having a blast up here, getting all muddy and dirty. Hey Maya, you want to show them your muddy paws? Her loves the mud. All right, while I'm letting the other hole fill, I decided to come over here, start digging this one out too. Maya's gonna understand the mission. Watch, as soon as I start doing this, she's gonna get in there and dig. You wanna come dig this out for me? Hey Maya. All right, maybe she won't, but I'm gonna start digging this one out just for fun too. All right, so Maya and I started digging this other hole out, and actually it's kind of good news. This thing's filling quick. I just kind of wanted to show you that I started getting in here, and there is some like clay and gravel down in here, which is what you want at the bottom of a pond. So I don't know if you can see it. I'll try to get some of this water out, but there's a nice gray clay filled with a lot of gravel down in there, and that's good because that'll hold the water. You can see it's already starting to puddle up. I only dug maybe, well, Maya was over here digging too, so we dug about 1 foot deep, and it is puddling up, pooling up, so that's what you want to see when you're digging a pond. You want to see it start pulling up like that. That means that you have a good base under there, so that's encouraging. And this little pool right here is down from that one, so this is probably about 2 feet under the top of that one. So that's nice. Maya's now digging like crazy. Everywhere. She is so muddy. So we're gonna have to go out to the river and take a swim after this, because we're both muddy. So Mud Paws over here is destroying the piles that I raked up, because it's fun, and that's what huskies do. But this is pretty much full to the top again. It was 22 minutes, so I'm gonna do the math real quick. I guess that's almost 4 gallons a minute that this is filling up at. That's a pretty good rate, so I'm pretty happy with that. Maya, you ready to go do another project? You're getting a little antsy. What do you think? You want to go down the hill? Zooming time. All right, guys, so we came down from the spring, and the last video I showed you that my buddy stayed back here in the back of this, and it's pretty much cleared out. Got all this stuff laying here, so we got to clean this up. And my idea was to put the kitchen right in here, the little kitchen area. I usually cook outside, but it's nice to have a kitchen area. So I'm gonna start organizing this. That is the mess of the kitchen area that Traveling Men built a couple of years ago. I'm gonna take it apart and I'm gonna put it in there. All right, guys, we got the old kitchen area taken down. Maya's chilling out, and I built the counter over here. I'll take you over here, show you where the new kitchen area is going to be. I wanted to put it under the roof. I did get some steps in here, and I built a little counter in here, and that's where my oven's going to go. And then I'm going to have to build a shelf for the cutting board and my spices and everything to go on, but that's going to be the new kitchen in the back of here. All right, Maya and I are over here, and we're gonna work on this workshop. I want to put a deck on it. We've been working a lot up the hill and around here cleaning up debris, but I really want to get a deck put on the front of this so I can use it to slide the stuff out of here and start cleaning and organizing it. So I also have to put a window in the side again, because this is where the tree fell through a couple years ago, 2 years ago, while I was gone. And I want to put a window back in here. But yeah, we're going to start getting this deck on. I have to get these stairs off first, and I put them on really good. There's some bolts up in there that I'm going to have to get out. So yeah, let's get these stairs off. I got the stairs taken off, the wood moved. I had to cut this stump off, and I'm gonna have to drop this tree right here because it actually got hit by the tree that hit the shed, and the top of it is all jacked up. It's gonna end up dying, so I'm gonna go ahead and take it out. All right, got the tree down, dropped exactly where I wanted it to, so I could just cut it up and get it out of the way. So I gotta get this ground cover off, and I'll see how much I get out of here. All right, so every time I do a project, there always ends up being side quests. I did get all the ground cover cleared from over here. And then there ended up being some rocks I wanted to take out. That was the step rock. And then I found this rock that I dug out of there. I wanted to get them out of their way so they weren't on the porch. That turned into me wanting to come over here, start gathering some of these rocks, so I can put this ground cover back in there. I'm not going to do that today. As you can see, the sun's getting low. But I got the board up here. just to kind of take a look. It's almost level, sitting on the end logs that are holding the whole thing up. So I think that's where it's going to be about. All right, guys, Maya and I went and worked at the lake today, so we didn't have a lot of time to work on the homestead, but I did come back and put a new bumper board right there. Set that board up there, and then we cut all these so that that can go flush. Now, what I do have to do is a lot of these boards are loose, siding boards, so I'm gonna have to go back and screw all these in better before I do this. Last thing I wanted to do was have to start a fire, but it's starting to rain, so here we are. And I did manage to get the first two boards on here for the deck, and I got a couple boards cut here, and I'm gonna start putting this frame together if the rain holds off long enough for me to actually get something done. But I got everything cut and prepped. Might have to get to work on it tomorrow. I got a day off, so yeah. Accidentally set this on fire. Might accidentally set some other things on fire up the hill. Oops. I wanted to show you how clear this water is before Maya plays in it. It's muddy bottom, but that's crystal clear water. And we're up here playing. It's almost dark. Well, I brought Maya up here to play in the big spring, and I was walking up here to move some debris, and I tripped, and I had my lighter in my hand, and I guess it's because it was getting ready to rain, and I slipped and accidentally caught this pile on fire. Oops. Maya, what do you think? Well, it rained pretty good last night, so these are all full of water. I need to transplant those over there somewhere and work on this a little bit more. But I'm going to use that as my break time doing that. Right now I'm focusing on getting this done. I pulled a couple of these logs I had. They're from the same tree that the shed itself sitting on, and they're holding up well, so I'm going to use those. First thing I'm going to do, I drew a little circle right there where this one's going, is I have to put gravel, some rock down, so the wood's not sitting straight on that muddy stuff. And I am going to put some fill in here later, but I just want to get it up off the ground. So that's what I'm going to do next. Alright, so I got the main frame done. I still got to screw the corners, but yep, got the logs on rocks here. And had to do some spacers. I'm going to get something better to put under there. But I got the high lift jack, so I can put something better to buff that up. But it's about all level. I do have a slight pitch coming from the shed out and to that corner. The stairs are going to go right here. So now I got to do the cross beams. Alright, got the floor joists put in. I even went fancy and had some of these brackets. I found it. So I went ahead and put those on all of them. You know, not something I normally do. Normally I just screw the shit out of them. But yeah, that's 17 inches on center. So pretty close. And those are true size timbers, so it'll hold in the deck nice. I was going to start doing the decking, but man, the sun's coming through the trees right here, right now, right onto there. And I'm thinking I should take a break, go put that moss over there in the shade. Let's see where we're going to do this. I got a couple steps put in. Oh, I got the flat rock for there. I'm going to put a little set of stairs going up into there, right there. And the trail's going to come through here, a little walkway. So I guess I'm just going to put that stuff right in here. So let's make that happen. All right, there you go. That was a nice little break over here in the shade. And I got this little area done. And even just chilled out and built me a few little cairns. So, yeah, now I'm gonna go carry some deck boards. Oh, fun. All right, I got all the deck boards moved over, and I actually got these deck boards that came off a dock out at the lake, and somebody gave them to me last year, I think it was. And one side's good. Still, I mean, check that out. That's what the bottom side of all these look like. I put them up like this though, because the end right here, there's screw holes on all the ends. That's why I built it the size I did, so I'd be able to cut off 3 inches at each end, so I can see the holes a little bit better when they're flipped like this. All right, I cut off all the ends, and the wood looks really good inside. Now I just gotta flip them and spin them around. All right, they're all spun around and flipped. So this is the good side. Looks much better. Pretty good looking for a workshop deck built out of reclaimed materials. But yeah, I got to screw these puppies down, and I gotta go dig and see if I have enough decking screws for this thing. Well, the deck is all screwed off, and I just have to cut this end. But I gotta go get my chocolate line from the job that I was working on, and you couldn't even make this up. I had exactly the number of screws to do this deck. I didn't think I was going to, but I literally used the last one. So that's pretty cool. All right, let's show them over here. All right, so we just got finished with the deck. I got the stairs on, and that was my main goal for the week. Maya and I were able to go up and play at the big spring, kind of work on that plan, and we did the kitchen move, and yeah, my main project was getting this deck on. So I woke up first thing this morning, cut the ends of the boards off on the decking, and rigged up this staircase. And now we have an area to start pulling the stuff out of the deck next week. All right, guys, it's Saturday. It's the end of the week, and I edit my videos Saturday afternoon so I can post them Sunday morning at 8. And yeah, this is my workstation. Pretty rough, right? Yeah, my office is terrible. Alright guys, that is the end of week 4. We will see you next weekend. Sunday morning at 8 is when we post our new videos for the week. We are going to do Throwback Thursday videos. Those will be posted at 4 in the afternoon on Thursdays, and I'm just going to go back and re-edit a bunch of my old videos. So Maya and I will see you next week. I hope everybody has a beautiful week. Maya, you want to say bye to everybody?